What if the very first sign of miscarriage looked completely harmless? For many women, it doesn't begin with severe pain. It begins quietly. A tiny spot of blood, a strange feeling in the stomach, a symptom that suddenly disappears. And because these warning signs can seem so normal, thousands of women ignore them every single day. But later in this video, we'll explain the one symptom many women say changed everything, even before doctors confirm the miscarriage. And what actually happens inside the body during those first moments is something most people never fully understand. For many women, miscarriage does not begin with dramatic symptoms. Sometimes it starts quietly. And because many early miscarriage symptoms can also happen during normal pregnancy, women often feel confused, anxious, and unsure of what their bodies are trying to tell them. Now let's begin. Part 1. Why early signs are often missed. One of the biggest reasons miscarriage signs are overlooked is because early pregnancy itself can already feel unpredictable. During the first trimester, the body is changing rapidly. Hormones rise dramatically. The uterus begins expanding. Blood volume increases. And the body starts adjusting to support new life. Because of this, symptoms like cramping, fatigue, nausea, mood swings, and even light spotting can sometimes happen during completely healthy pregnancies. That's why many women struggle to know what is normal and what may signal a problem. Another reason these signs are missed is emotional denial. Pregnancy is deeply emotional. When women finally see a positive pregnancy test, they immediately begin imagining the future. So when unusual symptoms appear, many hope everything is still okay. And sometimes it is. But sometimes, the body is quietly signaling that the pregnancy may no longer be developing normally. This is why understanding the early warning signs matters. Not to create fear, but to create awareness. Part 2. Sign number 1. Light spotting. One of the earliest and most commonly ignored signs of miscarriage is spotting. Many women assume spotting automatically means miscarriage, but the truth is more complicated. Light spotting can happen in healthy pregnancies. Some women experience implantation bleeding early in pregnancy. Others may have mild cervical irritation because pregnancy increases blood flow to the cervix. However, spotting can also be one of the first signs that the pregnancy is struggling. Spotting may appear pink, brown, dark red, or rust-colored. For some women, it begins very lightly and gradually becomes heavier over time. The important thing to understand is not just the color of the blood, but the pattern. Questions doctors often consider include: is the bleeding increasing? Is it accompanied by cramping? Are pregnancy symptoms disappearing? Is tissue being passed? Some women ignore spotting because it seems too small to matter. But any bleeding during pregnancy deserves attention and monitoring. This does not mean panic. Many women who spot early still go on to have healthy pregnancies. But it does mean paying close attention to your body. Part 3. Sign number 2. Cramping that feels different. Another early sign many women ignore is cramping. Mild cramping can happen during healthy pregnancy. As the uterus grows, stretching sensations are common. But miscarriage-related cramping often feels different. Many women describe it as stronger, heavier, deeper, or more rhythmic than normal pregnancy discomfort. Some compare it to intense menstrual cramps. Others describe pressure in the pelvis or lower back. Why does this happen? Because when a miscarriage begins, the uterus may start contracting. These contractions help the body expel pregnancy tissue. Cramping may come in waves. For some women, the pain starts mildly and gradually becomes stronger. Others experience sudden intense cramps. One reason this symptom is often ignored is because women are frequently told cramping is normal in pregnancy. And while that can be true, severe or worsening cramps should never be ignored, especially when they occur with bleeding. Part 4. Sign number 3. Loss of pregnancy symptoms. This is one of the most emotionally frightening signs. Many women suddenly notice, my nausea disappeared. My breasts no longer hurt. I suddenly don't feel pregnant anymore. Pregnancy symptoms are driven largely by hormones, especially hormones like HCG and progesterone. When pregnancy development stops, hormone levels may begin falling. As hormone levels decrease, symptoms may suddenly fade. For some women, this happens gradually. For others, the change feels shockingly sudden. Now, it's important to understand something very carefully. Pregnancy symptoms naturally fluctuate. Some women have healthy pregnancies with almost no nausea at all. Others feel symptoms come and go. So disappearing symptoms alone do not automatically mean miscarriage. However, when loss of symptoms happens alongside spotting, bleeding, cramping, or pelvic pain, it becomes more concerning. Many women later say this was the moment they felt something had changed, a feeling that their body suddenly felt different. Part 5, sign number 4, lower back pain. Back pain is another symptom many women dismiss. During pregnancy, the body changes posture and releases hormones that loosen ligaments. So mild back discomfort can happen normally, but miscarriage-related back pain may feel different. Some women experience dull aching, pressure, sharp lower back pain, or pain radiating into the pelvis. This can happen because the uterus is contracting. In some cases, lower back pain becomes severe as miscarriage progresses. Many women initially mistake it for muscle strain, poor posture, or normal pregnancy discomfort. But worsening back pain combined with bleeding or cramping should always be evaluated medically. Part 6, sign number 5, heavy bleeding. As miscarriage progresses, bleeding often becomes heavier. This is one of the clearest signs that the body may be ending the pregnancy. Heavy bleeding may include bright red blood, clots, or tissue passage. Some women experience bleeding that resembles a heavy menstrual period. Others experience much more intense bleeding. The amount varies greatly depending on how far along the pregnancy is, whether tissue remains in the uterus, and how the body responds. Heavy bleeding should never be ignored, especially if it includes dizziness, fainting, severe pain, or soaking through pads quickly. For some women, the bleeding remains light, but for others, the body suddenly changes. And what happens next can become physically and emotionally overwhelming. Because as the uterus begins responding to hormonal changes, the body may start trying to end the pregnancy naturally. These symptoms may require urgent medical attention. Miscarriage can feel frightening, confusing, and incredibly lonely, especially when the first warning signs seem so small that many women question whether they even matter at all. But understanding these symptoms is not about creating fear. It's about helping women recognize when their bodies may need attention, support, and medical care. And perhaps most importantly, it's about helping women realize they are not alone. If this video helped you understand pregnancy loss more clearly, make sure to subscribe for more medically accurate pregnancy documentaries and 3D pregnancy education videos. And if you'd like us to create a full video explaining what happens inside the body during miscarriage week by week, let us know in the comments below. Because there are many parts of pregnancy doctors rarely explain, and we believe women deserve to understand their bodies. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.